Hello everyone, I'm Maki and I'm the instructor of the Hoikushi Examination Prep course. 保育士ってどんな仕事? This video is to introduce you to Hoikushi and the job description. Hoikushi care for infants and toddlers, but it is different from a babysitter, nanny, or nurse. Japanese early childhood education is divided into kindergartens, which accept children from 3 to 6 years old, and hoikuen, which accept children from 2 months old to 6 years old. There aren't many differences between kindergarten and hoikuen childcare for 3 to 6 years olds. But childcare for 0 to 3 years old is provided only at hoikuens. Hoikuen caregivers are professionals with an official government qualification and are called hoikushi. Why are foreign hoikushi in need? Only Japan provides nursing from 0 years old, so it might not be so familiar to you, but in Japan, the origin of hoiku-style childcare starts 130 years ago. Japan has long been a nation with a will to raise children as a whole society from birth. And of course, hoiku childcare is not only for the Japanese children. Every child has a right to this childcare, regardless of nationality, religion, or language. There are close to 5 million foreign residents in Japan right now. People from all over the world live and raise children in Japan. And as I said, every child is entitled to go to hoikuen and receive professional childcare from hoikushi. But unfortunately, Japanese people have a limited English language ability and are not familiar with many foreign cultures and customs. These differences have created a barrier within the hoikuen world. And this is exactly why we would like you to be acquainted with the national qualifications of hoikushi. To act as a bridge between the culture, customs, and language of your own country and Japan. But lately, Japanese government has been asking schools to employ a certain number of certified teachers. If you had a hoikushi certificate as a foreigner, surely many schools would be happy to hire you. What are the benefits of becoming hoikushi? Those with hoikushi certification enjoy financial benefits not available to those who are unqualified. One of the main advantages is being able to take advantage of company housing or financial housing support. A monthly stipend of over 80,000 yen is available to those working in Tokyo, Kanagawa, or Chiba. And company housing solves any concerns about housing available to foreigners. As with the Japanese hoikushi, annual income for the first year will be around 3 million yen. To those also receiving the housing fee, this number increases to around 4 million. Not many occupations enjoy such a high starting salary other than doctors, nurses, and computer programmers. Salary increases annually, and by year 5, you should be receiving around 5 million yen a year with a housing benefit. In addition, the employment contract is not subject to annual renewal, and thus, you may work until the retirement age of 65 years old, at which time you receive a pension. If you find work at hoikuen with many foreign clients, you might be able to become the director someday, which of course will lead to a salary increase. There are many international preschools in Japan, some of which are hoikuen. Some might accept you with a hoikushi certification, but expect your monthly salary to be around 1,000 yen hourly or 140,000 monthly with 20 days a month. And of course, taxes, and insurance are dedicated from that total. Isn't the difference obvious now? How can I become a hoikushi? You will need a government qualification called a hoikushi shikaku to become a hoikushi. One is to major in early childhood education and graduate from a Japanese university, junior college, or vocational school. You need to attend school for 2 to 4 years, engage in training at a hoikuen, and pay about 1 million yen a year for tuition. The second is to pass the Hoikushi exam. Alternatively, the exam allows you to study at your own pace, and the examination fee is only 12,800 yen each time you take it. I will explain more later, but the Hoikushi exam is one of the easier to pass among many Japanese government qualifications. It is also one of the easiest for foreigners to acquire. Thus, we suggest you acquire the Hoikushi certification through the exam process. What is Hoikushi exam like? The Hoikushi exam is controlled by an organization called 一般社団法人全国保育士養成協議会. There are both paper exams and practical exams. Once you pass the paper exam, you are qualified to take the practical exam. The paper exam is held biannually in April and October with 9 subjects. There are testing centers in every prefecture. You don't need to pass all 9 subjects in one try. Just pass them all across multiple attempts. This means you begin with the subjects in which you have confidence and attempt the others ones later. This is another reason why the Hoikushi exam is easier to pass. Once all the paper exam subjects have been passed, you move on to the practical exams. You will be asked to choose 2 of the following subjects: music, drawing, and storytelling. Once you pass these 2, you will earn the Hoikushi certification. As a general rule, you need to have at least graduated from junior college in Japan to take the exam. However, if you graduated from a Japanese high school by 1991, you can also take the exam. Otherwise, a university degree is required for those who attended educational facilities outside of Japan. However, the exam authorities will have to verify that your university makes you eligible to take the exam. Other than educational background, the exam is open to all genders, nationalities, and races. However, those with a criminal record or staying illegally in Japan will face difficulties and should contact the exam authorities to proceed. For more information, please check the homepage of the exam authorities. How difficult is the Hoikushi exam? You may be thinking, oh no, 9 whole subjects to pass? But please don't worry. Passing all 9 subjects in one try would surely be a challenge, even for a native Japanese. But if you are aiming to pass them over the course of 2 years, you only need to pass 2 subjects with each attempt. Is the OBP method, an accelerated learning and advanced technique for foreigners to quickly pass the Hoikushi examination. The OBP method is structured with an original strategy and the teaching materials. The basis of the strategy is to understand the characteristics of the Hoikushi examination. The paper exam for the Hoikushi exam is a multiple-choice answer sheet, which means that the test taker only needs to select the correct answer from the options provided. So, although the exam is in Japanese, test takers are not required to speak, listen, or write any Japanese. There are 9 subjects, and foreign test takers must memorize the necessary Japanese characters and their alternative meanings in order to understand the meaning of questions. Without this, it will not be possible to pass the exam. There are 9 textbooks, one for each subject, and another for the Hoikushi childcare policy. Each textbook is devised according to the characteristics of the exam. In the textbook, hiragana and furigana are added to the kanji. Below that, there is an English provisional translation so that you can understand the meaning. In other words, because the hiragana is added to help read the kanji, you are able to read the entire Japanese sentence, and the meaning can be understood in English. So, you do not need to learn so much Japanese. In the on-demand course videos, there will be an explanation of various points, so you should mark the keywords in the textbooks. Rather than understanding the meaning of words and kanji, you should remember them in terms of shapes and patterns. In the actual test, there won't be any furigana, and of course, there won't be any English translation. So, it is important to be able to recognize the characters this way. The second aid is learning with extra resources and a vocabulary book. The Hoikushi exam does not require thinking ability. All you need is knowledge. The extra resources such as Hoikushi Hoikushi, Hoikushi childcare policy, and chronological tables, data, name of people, and legal terms includes furigana and English translations just like textbooks. Japanese word furigana and English translations are written across for the vocabulary book. With these, you don't have to worry about not being able to read Japanese or understand the meaning in Japanese, as you already understand the meaning in English. Like the textbooks, there are 9 collections of questions, one for each subject. This collection of questions is a selection of questions that have appeared often in the past exams, basic questions, and the questions you will be able to answer through memorization. There are no furigana for this collection of questions. This is because the actual exam doesn't have furigana on it. However, the answer commentary comes within English, so you will be able to understand the meaning of the questions and answers. What do you think? Were you able to nature of our on-demand course is like? I will now guide you through the application for the course. Please apply from the homepage. The course fee is 5,000 yen per subject and includes unlimited viewing of on-demand course videos and a textbook fee. If you wish to purchase only the textbook, the price is 2,500 yen per subject. All prices exclude consumption tax. There are a variety of prep schools and textbooks published for preparing for Hoikushi exam. However, all of them are intended for Japanese without furigana or English translations. Only OBP offers a method for non-native Japanese speakers. We will do our best to support you until you pass the Hoikushi exam. Together, you can be one of the first foreigners to become a childcare professionals in the Japanese system for your own brighter future and for the happy lives of children. Thank you for listening. See you soon.